Hello there, and welcome to our announcement time. Pastor Mark here. Pastor Chris has the great blessing of being involved in an adult baptism as we speak. So our prayers are with him and the family that is receiving this gift today. There's lots going on at St. Mark, as you may have heard if you watched the live stream service. So I just want to review a few of those things and point you in the direction of some others. Next Sunday, which is to say Sunday, June 21st, Pastor Bob Weinhold is going to be present and will be a guest preacher and speaker on behalf of the organization Food for the Poor. Food for the Poor has been helping the poorest of the poor in 17 Caribbean and Latin American countries for more than 40 years. God has blessed this ministry through the generosity of many Christian donors to become one of the largest not-profit service organizations in the country, with over $800 million of goods and services distributed every year. Pastor Weinhold has been a lifelong member of the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod since his ordination in 1983. He has served 5 congregations, retired in 2018. He and his wife Lisa have returned to Iowa, where they live outside of Dubuque. Pastor Weinhold has been involved in Food for the Poor during his last parish ministry in Sycamore, Illinois, and has gone with them on 2 mission trips to Guatemala and to Haiti. Pastor Weinhold has also been to India, Haiti a second time, and Belize several times with other organizations. In 2019, he joined the Speakers Bureau of Food for the Poor and now preaches in LCMS congregations exclusively on behalf of this ministry. So Pastor Weinhold will be here next week. He will preach at both services and will lead the education hour as well, starting at 9:15. Please make plans to be here and learn more about this important ministry. Pastor Chris will be present to lead the worship and answer any other questions that you might have. Our newly formed communications team has put together a survey. It's been out there for a while now, but we would simply continue to ask you, if you haven't already done so, to fill that form out. The point of it is very simple. We want to know where you are paying the most attention to get your information about St. Mark. Is it the newsletter, the bulletin, the FYI email, the website, somewhere else? Is there something that you would prefer to all of those things? That's the type of information we're interested in gathering. So please let us know. Fill out the form. There's a QR code for that same survey that you can just point your smartphone's camera at and follow the link. However you do it, we would just sincerely like to know what's the best way that we can communicate to you. The Story is continuing to meet twice a month throughout the summer on Wednesday. The Story presents the Bible as one continuing story of God and his people. They're into the New Testament at this point, always accepting new members. Next meeting is June 24th at 5 p.m., and a casual dinner is included. Talk to Linda Bensick if you'd like further information. St. Mark's Book Club for July is going to be discussing Malcolm Gladwell's Outliers, the Story of Success. Book Club meets at 1 o'clock in the small dining room off of St. Mark's Fellowship Hall. For August, just looking ahead, the group will be discussing John Grisham's Skipping Christmas. And again, that meets August 12th at 1 p.m., same place, Modern Day Christmas Classic. If you have any questions about either one of those book clubs or any future meetings, you can contact my wife, Sue. She'd be happy to let you know more about it. On July 4th, St. Mark has traditionally and historically marched in the Chesterland Kiwanis 4th of July parade. We are doing so again this year. If you'd like to march and throw frisbees or just represent our church to our community, we would love to have you. Call Mark Reichel for more information. His information, as usual, is in the church directory app. Another important announcement is that we're going to be having one church outdoor service on July 5th, the day after the 4th. And part of the point of this is to piggyback on our presence in the community with the parade. We want to give people the opportunity to gather with us on the 5th for a special service of thanks and praise as we reflect on 250 years of the United States of America and the great freedoms that we enjoy, particularly as Christians, to practice our faith. Now, please let other people know and within your circle of friends and family that we'll be having this special service on July 5th. It's the only church service we'll have that day, starting at 11 a.m. God willing, it'll be outside under our pavilion. So bring along chair. There will also be a picnic that will start immediately after the conclusion of that service. It's a non-communion service because of being outside for practical reasons. So again, this is something we're trying to really highlight in the Chesterland community and hope that everything works together so that we can truly give thanks to God for the freedoms that we enjoy. In other special service news, on Sunday, July 26th, we will be bringing Christmas into July at both 8 and 10:15 services. These will be Christmas themed in music and scripture and the songs that we sing, the messages that we share and hear. This is all in conjunction with our Vacation Bible School, which is also taking a Christmas theme this year. And this Sunday, the 26th, is the Sunday after VBS week. So it all ties together into one really wonderful message that is going to really be a lot of fun. Very different way of approaching VBS and the worship that I think will be very memorable for all the right reasons. This and That sale is coming up. Thursday, July 9th is when the group will begin receiving donations. And please take a look at the bulletin to get a good sense of what's being accepted, what's not. Shorthand way of remembering is just no clothing items, no physical media like DVDs, VHS, CDs, or large furniture. That's just a simple rule of thumb. So if you have jewelry you'd like to donate, please mark that Ellen. The first work session to sort items will be Thursday, July 9th, starting at 9 a.m. We're looking for coffee cleanup help. As usual, if you could find a time to serve, it'd be once every number of weeks, be further out than even once a month. Karen Rudar is the person to contact if that's something you feel prompted to do. And we had a nice thank you from Margaret Hazrot, thanking everyone for prayers and for checking in with her after her hip surgery. It's greatly appreciated. Should be a normal streaming week this week. Look forward to providing devotion and prayer Monday and Thursday, 9:30. Bible study on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Children's Chapel, 9:30 Wednesday. And Pastor Chris produces At the Cross for us on every Friday evening, usually from starting at 7:30 p.m. That's going to do it for today's announcements. I appreciate your kind attention. There's a lot to get through, and there's a lot, thanks be to God, going on at St. Mark. And we welcome your involvement with any ministry that you might think you could connect with. We'd be happy to talk about that with you. Contact us through the church office. That's a conversation you'd like to have. Blessings and have a great week. We will, for those of you who follow the streams, we'll see you tomorrow morning. Otherwise, have a blessed week.